Alright everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at another brand new 2022 Lemax Peppermint Cottage. Let's get into it.
Bring in the holidays. You're watching Villages and More.
Okay, so the Peppermint Cottage, it was released, of course, in 2022, and the SKU number off the top is 24960. Now for some dimensions. They're on the small side, so listen close. We have 4.49 inches high, 4.88 inches wide, and 3.94 inches in depth. Product type: table pieces, and it is made of resin. Now let's talk power, because this one is extremely unique. So this piece, which we're going into in a little bit here, has a little bit of an interesting current history, I guess would be the term, which we'll talk about in a second, but this kind of plays into the power as well. So here we go. It has a 3 volt, that's right, 3 volt CR2032 battery. That's basically a watch battery. It draws about 18 milliamps. Now, here's the weird part. You can also use a 4.5 volt DC adapter. That's right, so this can use a 3 volt battery or a 4.5 volt adapter. And the reason for this is because inside, it seems to me like there's probably one single LED that's capable of handling anything in that voltage range, which is kind of standard for an LED. But anyways, so that is that weird kind of section there for us. So battery or the 4.5 volts DC adapter. I do want to note, however, if you're going to use power, please, please, please remove the battery first. Also, for those wondering if the power supply is included, no, it is not, and neither is the battery. At least on mine, there was no battery. So I don't know if on yours, if it will include the battery or not, but from what I have seen so far, it does not include the battery nor the 4.5 volt adapter. All right, as for your switch, it's going to have like an on and off switch located in the back of the unit. And now let's talk price. So this is going to be kind of where that weird current history thing kind of comes in. So a little bit of a rant here for you. So I'm so excited this year because, like I've told you before, this was my first time having Lemax send me early releases for upcoming seasons for review. And this house here in particular was one of those early releases that they sent me. So expecting to review it like a normal house, I did all my research, I looked at it in person, made my notes about it, etc. in order to get ready for the review. But when it came to the price, I started doing some research and I couldn't find really any retailers in America, which is where I'm at, selling this thing. I found a lot of them out in Australia that had this thing for sale and a couple in like the UK or somewhere out there. But as far as America, there was only one retailer that I found and it said it was shipping from Australia. So I don't know if this one was specifically released for out there or what the deal is. But yeah, so kind of a weird current status with that. I checked all the main regular retailers. There's a bunch of different ones in this series of Village for Lemax, and a lot of the other ones in the series you can get here. But this specific one, I haven't had much luck finding a retailer here that actually sells it. So if you do come across somebody or you're able to find one, please let me know in the comments below, where did you get it and how much was it? Because the price that I found, which seemed a little high for this piece to me, was from the retailer I told you about that was shipping from Australia, but they are an American company. It was $59. That seems pretty extreme for this piece, but because it's coming from Australia, it did make sense. So I don't know the deal. I don't know for sure if this piece was exclusive for out there for some chain or something, or what the deal is, but it just made me excited to even have it, because now I feel like, geez, like there would have probably been not really a lot of options for me to review this one for you guys. So I'm excited that they did send it to me, and I hope that it does get released here or is released at some point here, because it is beautiful. Very small, but absolutely adorable. So anyways, $59 is the only price I found as far as here in America. They did seem to be cheaper over there by quite a few dollars, but for here in America, $59 by the one store that was able to get them shipped in. Okay, so rant over, and that about wraps up all of the facts. So now it's time we take a closer look. So starting from the top here, obviously it's a cupcake, and I do want to say that the scaling of the actual cupcake itself is pretty consistent there. So that's a nice little note for you. Yes, it's on the small side, but it does have a lot of cute things to offer. So looking here at the top, you are going to see that they have all the toppings, everything from the frosting to that like gel stuff that you put on top, even right down to the sprinkles. So really, actually, they put a lot there, and it made the roof really creative and fit the theme. They stuck hard on that. I've said it 100 times in the 22 season that they have really found their stride when it's coming to a theme. They stick to it, whatever the theme is from start to finish, and this one is no exception. Now, what makes it extra cute though is that there's a little chimney because it's actually like a house. It's a cottage, right? And so it does function as a cottage, but it is indeed a giant cupcake. So anyways, that's the top for you. We're gonna go ahead and keep moving. As you get down to the middle here, there's going to be a beautiful door that says Camp Cupcake. So maybe this is some kind of, campsite or something, because there is a bunch of these different cupcake styles that you can buy that create this series. But anyways, this one is Camp Cupcake. It's got a beautiful color. The red and the green play very nicely off each other. Even the little handle has a little red on it. They really try to put a lot in for as small as this piece is. As for the windows, there are two of them, one on each side with little overhangs that again play in that same color scheme, the green and the white. I do want to note also though that the LED, especially with the lights on, is not that bright. With the lights on, I wasn't even positive that this thing was actually on. But I will say when I turned out the lights, which you'll see here in a bit, it was a lot brighter than I expected. So I'm thinking because of the color scheme that they chose here, that during the daylight, it makes the LED hard to come through. And I'm sure it's obviously probably not the brightest LED because it feels like it's probably just one single LED in there. But again, with the lights off, it definitely illuminates, and it just makes it that much more adorable. Okay, so as we start working our way more towards the bottom, this is a whole bunch of different little candy toppers. Reminds me almost of something you'd see on like a gingerbread house. We have everything from a Christmas cookie, like a Christmas tree cookie, to like a lollipop, and some of those, I don't even know what they're called, those like little mint things. I know there's a proper name for them, but anyways, right in front of the doorway with some extra sprinkles. There's just a bunch of different little candies, even a sign, the Peppermint Cottage, I believe it says. But yeah, it's one of those situations where it is very small, but it does have a lot to offer. I wish the light would have been brighter, but nonetheless, it is cute. I do want to bring your attention to the back of this unit as well. Keeping with the theme, they really went to town with the cupcake. So no matter where you look at this thing from, you can tell instantly that it's a cupcake, and the back is no exception. There is no candy and things like that on the back other than the sprinkles on the roof, that kind of thing. But nonetheless, this one probably would look pretty good from any direction. So if it was in the center of your village, I wouldn't be upset about someone seeing this, from a back view sometimes, as they're walking past my village. So, okay, I'm going to wrap this video up. I know it's short, and no pun intended because this thing's a little on the short side itself, but there's not too much else I can say about this one. I am eager to learn more about the history, though, or the current history, why it's not available here, at least at the time of shooting this video. If you can find it, let me know where you got it. And if you did import it from Australia, did it come with the battery? I read something online that said there was an issue with shipping these things with batteries, I guess, from Australia. Something to do with the battery being in the compartment or something like that. Because on the one they were going to shoot to us here in America, they said that the battery compartment would be glued shut due to some Australian regulations. So there's definitely something going on here. But it's a beautiful cupcake. And honestly, I wouldn't mind having more of them. So I'm really appreciative to Lemax, not only for sending me, pieces to review this year, but particularly this one as well. I like that. I like the little mystery ones, the little Easter eggs, and this is definitely one of them. And look, if this thing is, $19.99 or, something in that realm, maybe even a little bit more, but get it down there with a coupon, maybe right down to that $20 mark. Yeah, I think it's worth having. It's cute if you can get it for around there. But if you're having to pay some crazy import fees or something like that, and you're talking talking, something, 4 or 5 times what they're paying, for it somewhere else. Well, I guess that depends if you have the other cupcakes and is it worth it to you. But it is cute, smaller than I expected. But yeah, it does pack a little bit of a punch as far as the amount of detail that they were able to pull in. So there it is, guys. That is the Cupcake Cottage. Absolutely adorable. I can't wait to display it here at some point as we edge closer and closer to the Christmas season. I thank you as always for continuing to support my channel. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.